Hey guys, we haven't talked in a while, and that's on me. And really it is, because I just haven't been up to the video thing. Look, you guys know who I am, and this is a personal video, that's why it's on my personal page. I wanted to talk to you guys about something that's been eating at me, and I don't know if anybody needs to hear this, but if you do, here it is. Thoughts that I have. And by the way, I'm not preaching at anybody. I just think these are thoughts that I need to share. I know that a lot of you are afraid to get the COVID vaccine. And I know that you've heard horror stories about what it does to you. Many of them are just flat out lies. The things that are true are exaggerated in the number of times that it happens. And I think that is kind of sticking with a lot of you because you consider yourselves to be people who are pragmatic and get all of the information first. But I think you might be leaving out a very big part of the information. When we say that this vaccine hasn't been tested, that isn't true at all. In December, I was still working for the state of Utah, running the contact tracing at the live COVID testing site at the Fair Park. Because of that, I was able to be vaccinated when only 1% of the nation was vaccinated. It was early on, it was in December. I don't know if it was the 30th or the 31st, but there it is. I had my second shot in January. So what we're talking about here is more than 6 months of me being a guinea pig for all y'all, for everyone. And not just me, but all of the people, the millions of people who have had these vaccines to now have made the testing part of these vaccines larger than any other testing of any vaccine or any drug ever. This is just America's numbers. The world has vaccinated like more than this many people. All of those people are the test bill. It's one way to look at it. You know, the numbers are really large, they're huge. But you have a very small chance of something going wrong. You have a much greater chance of getting COVID, especially with Delta variant, spreading at 1 to 8, where like one person gets sick and then 8 more people get sick from that. It's way up from where it was. And you're right. I had a choice, and you have a choice. And I chose to get the shots. But maybe you don't understand why so many of us chose to get the shots. Yeah, we want to be protected, but more than anything, we want to protect others from getting it. We don't want to be spreading it to people. So I got the shots. And I was sick after the second shot. I was feeling bad for a couple of days. It was rough. It was way harder on me than it was on Mel or than it was on Mason. But I haven't had any bad side effects since. I'm not magnetic. I'm not being tracked any more than Facebook already tracks me. I mean, I do have the zit, and last week I had one on my nose. So maybe it pushed me back into puberty, which those of you that knew me in puberty know I really didn't have acne. So that's messed up. But it's probably not the cause of the acne, really. Because the thing is, it's probably caused by wearing a mask. Because I still wear a mask. Even though I'm vaccinated, I'm wearing a mask when I go into public. And that's because, well, knowing that I could get the virus and have very little in the way of symptoms due to having the vaccination, but I can still shed it and spread it to other people. And that's the kind of knowledge that obligates me to take care of other people. I don't understand why we're not taking care of each other. Because folks, what if we don't get on it? What if we dick around until there's a new variant, variant Epsilon? Maybe it's a variant that comes along and it spreads at 1 to 12 instead of the 1 to 8 that Delta is. One person gets sick and 12 more people get sick. What if it just present symptoms that are so severe that they cause death so soon after onset that we don't have a chance to fight it? Or what if they're very severe and they hospitalize a higher percentage of the people who get the sickness? And then we have people dying from car accidents that wouldn't normally kill them, or heart attacks they could have lived through, or breaking your femur, the sort of stuff that was killing us 100 years ago, but that we found a way around as long as we have space in our hospitals. What if we do that? It seems to me that those who chose to get a vaccine, in part, offered to hang themselves over the ledge and catch those who weren't ready to get the vaccine yet. Grab them, hanging over. And I don't think that enough people are considering that if you're falling off a cliff and another person is hanging off the cliff holding on to you and you bite their hand, you both get hurt. And maybe you both fall. That's what we're doing here, guys. We're risking creating more variants. And that decision that was made by others, that sacrifice, that risk that was taken on, in part to protect you, is being squandered by you, the unvaccinated. 600,000 people have died in the United States. It's a huge number. Just imagine if you personally lost $1 for every person that died. That should help you understand the debt that our country is going into. And really, isn't it enough? How high does the number have to be before we say, my personal freedom is nifty, but it doesn't give me the right to kill others? And I'm not saying that everyone who doesn't wear a mask is a murderer. I mean, it's much more like voluntary manslaughter. But how would you feel if you got sick and got one other person sick? And you might say, hey, I'm not sick. I know I'm not sick. I don't have any symptoms. But remember, even for people who aren't vaccinated, COVID has always been able to present and be shedded by people who don't have symptoms. We don't know if we're sick. If we don't wear the mask, we could get other people sick. And we can do that much easier if we don't get vaccinated. Then we fill up our hospitals. And we die from stupid shit that we do all the time. Look, I'm not telling you you have to do it. Just asking you to consider that the people who made the choice to be the guinea pig didn't only do it so they wouldn't get COVID. I didn't only do it so I wouldn't get COVID. I did it mostly so I wouldn't give the people I care about, the people who watch the videos that I post, the people that I went to school with, that I grew up with, that I met at gigs, my fans, my friends, my family, and even the strangers I meet along the way. I don't want to get anybody sick. But I really want my fellow countrymen to consider adopting that same sort of outlook. So please, the shots are free. It's a shot. It's not a big deal. And they're easy to get. Our whole country has access to it. And there are countries that they can't afford to use what we're wasting. I guess in a way I'm begging you not to waste the sacrifices that have been made on your behalf to this point. And to protect those that you love. Because a lot of the people that you love are people that I love. I need your help to keep them safe. Like I said at the end of every rock show episode, take care of yourselves, be kind to others, because I can't do it for you. All right? Peace and song.